Hello, Professor. My name is David Ballard. I'm doing my Reentry program assignment on the Freedom Project Safe Return. So, I wanted to start talking today about the Washington State Department of Corrections. It actually operates 12 state prisons. And these 12 state prisons, there's roughly 16,000 offenders. And they did some research and they say that they release 8,000 people from prison each year, and out of these 8,000 people, nearly 4,000 will be reincarcerated within 5 years of being released that first time or that previous time. So the Freedom Project started in 2001, and the Freedom Project's vision is that together we shift from punishment to restoration, from oppression to equity, and from apathy to empathy. This Freedom Project actually operates in 7 of those 12 state prisons. This includes the Twin Rivers, the Washington State Reformatory, Airway Heights Corrections Center, Kalama Bay Correction Center, Coyote Ridge Correction Center, Benton County Jail Washington Correction Center. They offer a wider range of programs inside and outside of prison, including nonviolent communication, which it helps transform blame and anger and criticism into understanding, effective communication, and peaceful resolution of conflicts that they have in their life, their particular lives. It also includes mindfulness. Mindfulness versus the negative psychological effects that of prison that has on them, and this in turns returns freedom and inner peace and human kindness to these prisoners. And lastly, the racial equity and anti-oppression is the co-learning model that helps practice recentering power, resources, and a voice. This organization helps by interrupting the cycle of incarceration with programs that provide healing, connection, and restorative communities. So the Safe Return program starts actually inside the prisons while they are still incarcerated. The individuals start this process 6 to 12 months before release. So it is a thing that these prisoners do have to apply for before they actually are being released. It's not a program you can jump into in the middle of it. So nonviolent communication and mindfulness are learned in these classes that they provide inside the actual prisons, and they're learned to take these practices that they learn in these classes outside of the prison, to ensure they can do well out there. They meet and form close relationships with other allies to ensure a smooth release process. So these allies are going to be other people who are already incarcerated or previously incarcerated. They do follow them along this whole process that this program provides. So the safe return, the release during the release process, they offer very close support for the first 72 hours of release. This means they provide friendly faces that to warm welcome them back into society on their release day. And those are some of the allies, the friends, the families that they have like really close connections with, so they feel like they are loved and have a sense of community around them, so they can be successful outside, and that they have people that want them to be successful on the outside. And they also, when they are released, they are given a bag with some essentials like a toothbrush, toothpaste, some clothes, just a lot of essential items that you do need in order to be part of society. And also does help with other simple things like a ride home or help with groceries or other life necessities, including like bills, finding a job, and just a ton of other good benefits that in order for a successful re-entry into society you would need. So on the outside, it also helps them. So this is a community-based support for like the first 90 days outside of prison. So the support that they from other formerly incarcerated volunteers and workers. They help with finding resources such as jobs, education, and other life needs. Um, so this helps them get their feet on the ground so they're not too lost and don't know what to do is the next step. And it's really hard for them to find jobs and then go on to further educate themselves because that does cost money. And in order to make money, you kind of need a job. So they still do offer workshops outside of the prisons that are very similar to the workshops and classes that they do inside the prisons to further benefits them. Um, they also would like to continue their success, and they very like encourage them to volunteer for the Freedom Project so they can still be involved in that particular life and still kind of educate themselves as they're helping other people doing the same process. So this study is still pretty new, so it doesn't actually have, or not study, I'm sorry. This program is still pretty new because it just started in 2019. So they actually all do offer other programs that are very similar, but it's not a whole program that you follow from being incarcerated to being fully re-entered like into society. All the classes and all that stuff are very super successful because they did a Sage ADAC did a study that showed that if you do 30 hours of any Freedom Projects training, it reduces the incarceration by 43% of the people who participate in this. Though Safe Return is still very new, Freedom Project has the programs to successfully integrate these formerly incarcerated people back into society, and it has proven to be very successful. And it has, they say that has saved Washington State $5 million. So sure that all of the taxpayers will thank them for that. That is really good. That's a lot of money that they have saved through these programs. And with this program being such a donations based and volunteer based program, it saves the state even a lot of money because they don't have to put money into this program, even though if it does show a high payoff, they should put money into the program. Thank you for listening to my reentry program. I hope you found it interesting and very informative. Thank you. Have a good night.